We now need to explore what it takes to make change happen in a practical sense. Because without you taking massive actions to implement the teachings within this program, they are wasted on your idle bones. Because when nothing changes, then nothing changes. You see, in this program, I will provide you with the essential ingredients to cultivate wealth. And this comes with one stipulation. Only you can bake the cake, which means that the results place a great emphasis on your willingness and ability to implement the teachings. You must be willing to go through each exercise in this program. You must prepare to bake the cake alone. If you do find the first attempt at the assignments within this program a bit awkward, difficult, or messy, please do not get frustrated nor think that these mind games are not for you. I'm yet to meet someone that can bake the perfect cake the first time around. It takes many failed attempts before you could actually bake a perfect cake. When applying the mind game teachings, therefore, be prepared for the repetition of exercises, because lasting change will evade those with unrealistic expectations that change will be simple, quick, and easy. Lasting change is often demanding, slow, and hard. It is when people commit to unrealistic expectations that harsh realizations then kill the dream. You see, everybody is fast out of the traps with nothing but the glorious end in sight, thinking about how good it will be to get the thing that they desire, and yet when the end results that one so impatiently desires are not immediate, or they are a lot harder than initially thought, that is when the flight of fancy becomes the plight of mercy. The initial desire and determination to achieve the result that we desire, it soon wanes, and this is where one can start to lose enthusiasm and interest, lose sight of the end result, and even forget why one started in the first place. Unrealistic expectations are the oldest tricks that we fall for. We set ourselves up to fail by fantasizing over the result without taking into consideration the painstaking and laborious commitments of the process. In fact, most people nowadays don't want the process. They just want the prize. They don't want to do the work. They just want the win. Let's be honest with each other. Doing the work to get the result can be a painstaking effort. We do have to make sacrifices, delay gratifications, and endure the discomfort of repetitive actions, where the process itself can frustrate the mind and grind down the morale. If we don't have a good reason to endure the processes that are required to manifest ideal results and make progress in life, then we will find every excuse to regress backwards. It's when things get laborious, tough, and tiring that we instinctively look for the excuse to justify why we shouldn't continue forth. Excuses are sanctioned by a mind that is defeated. The defeatist outlook is one that thinks in terms of, I knew this wouldn't work, it wasn't meant for me, or it wasn't meant to be. And we all have our little sayings that have become our little excuses for not starting, for not sticking with, and for not succeeding at something. Enough excuses will get you stuck inside a comfortable rut. The comfortable rut is a grave with the sides kicked out, where the ashes of a lifeless dream are laid to rest. So, it is our unrealistic expectations and desires that yearn after the end result without considering the process that we must undertake to earn its prize. Subsequently, it is then our frustrations and impatience over the troubles and time it takes to earn the result that elicits the excuses that causes us to stop doing the actual work to achieve the result. We then quit way before the magic happens. The successful and lasting breakthrough change is awarded to those who embrace the processes of change with unwavering conviction. Unwavering conviction is needed to break through the mind programs of the habitual self. I want you to now imagine your habitual self to be like a huge oil tanker that is steaming forward on autopilot mode. Like a huge oil tanker that is under perpetual motion and slow at adapting to new commands, the conditioned behaviours of the habitual self are also slow at adapting to the new knowledge and skills that you program it with. When seeking to alter the direction of your habitual self, there will be a lagging period, this time of readjustment when it appears that change is not happening. Therefore, be prepared to ride through that lagging period until the full transformation has taken place. In other words, keep practicing even when you don't see the immediate result until the result is self-evident. Furthermore, when you actually practice the exercises within this program, you will momentarily disengage the autopilot of the unconscious aspect as you take manual control of your mind body and steer it in a new direction. You will experience instant feedback and results. However, each time you take a break from doing the exercises within this program, you will default back to the autopilot mode of your habitual self. You will go back to the old ways of doing things. During these lagging periods of regression, you may question whether or not the exercises are working for you. Don't doubt. Continue with the manual work of the exercises until the unconscious aspect has adjusted to the new default that continually gets you the new results. The speed and ease that you will adapt to change will be relevant to the degree of persistence that you apply. Most people do falter with the initial discomfort of tackling that which is unusual and uneasy. The temptation is to always regress back to that place of comfort. You must, however, persist with change despite any discomfort and in spite of any temptations that lure you away from doing the work. You must persist even when the habitual self is protesting about the change. You must persist by ignoring those thoughts that encourage you to delay taking action. You must get comfortable with uncomfortable changes. You must also avoid the 4 Ds that threaten to derail your progress. The 4 Ds are the difficulties, the distractions, the deviations, and the delays that discourage and deter you from doing the work necessary to upgrade your life. And you know what they are. The level of commitment that is required from you for your self-development is relevant to the degree of changes that you need to make in your life, and this requires an honest appraisal of your current status. To realize that big changes take big time. To recognize that the wrong path taken will require you to travel back the other way in equal distance and effort. To accept that one cannot reverse the years within days, nor undo the decades within years. Also, don't expect massive results when you dabble with the process of change. The dabbler is the amateur that gets amateur results. Instead, treat the process of change as a lifetime commitment. The lifetime commitment is a dedication to the interrelated disciplines of practice with patience and perseverance. Lasting breakthrough change does require perseverance and patience with the practice of new actions. Practice with patience and perseverance equals success. These three interrelated disciplines are why winners never quit. They keep the eyes on the prize with the focus on the process. Whereas someone with no willingness to practice with patience and perseverance is a quitter that never wins. Your ability to remain focused and committed to the three disciplines of success will make the difference between change might happen versus change has happened. Therefore, I advise that you be patient and persevere with the practices within this program, and I guarantee that you will become a master practitioner of self-development and a person that is dedicated towards becoming the best version of you. And nothing is better than becoming better over time. Betterment is achieved with self-development through the evolvement and refinement of our characteristic traits, knowledge, and skill sets. Self-development requires one to continually break through the patterns of the habitual self, and this can be achieved with a simple 4-step strategy that I share with you now. Step 1. First, make a key decision. All breakthrough changes start with a key decision that change must happen. Must happen means that you have decided that change must happen right now. Not right tomorrow, not right next week, not right when something else happens first. You've decided that it is now or never. The key decision is different than normal decisions because it comes at the precipice of when enough is enough. Enough is enough usually occurs directly after sudden experiences of immense pain or after prolonged periods of immense suffering. There is an intense feeling of being sick and tired of living and feeling this way, where you just can't go on as you are, where a part of your life has become so intolerable that you have no other choice but to act immediately. However, enough is never enough until the pains of living as is are far greater than the pains of change. The reason we delay change is because we know that taking action will encompass some type of discomfort and difficulty. Therefore, it's more comfortable and easier to stay as is. Breaking news. There is never a comfortable time to make a difficult change. Change will always be met with emotional resistance, physical unease, and situational inconvenience. There will always be some type of loss as we leave behind what once was. However, we must choose to divorce the past if we are to marry a better future, realizing that the loss of something old will be compensated with the gain of something new. You've got to need the change as much as you need to breathe, like you can't live without it. The key decision, therefore, is a vow to commit 100% to immediate change and with unwavering fortitude, leaving no easy way out, no plan B, no excuses. If, however, you don't go all in with the change, you will only commit part of yourself, with the other part of you, the uncommitted part, that will be protesting against the change every step of the way. That uncommitted part of you will be constantly moaning about the difficulty and looking for the nearest exit. So commit to a key decision that breakthrough change is an absolute must and must happen right now. Commit with the attitude that your change will be a lifetime journey and commitment. Not that you will try to see if it works for a period of time, but that you will go all the way, no matter what. Step 2, get the right strategy. One fundamental fact needs appreciation. You can't change by doing what you already know. Effective change is only possible when doing something completely different that gives you a new result. Results are obtained by working with a strategy. Even so, there are bad results and good results. If, for example, you were to embark on a breakthrough change with the wrong strategy or an unproven strategy, the likelihood is that you will encounter problems and painstaking mistakes along the way and potentially fail by not getting the result that you set out for. Therefore, to guarantee breakthrough success, you will need a results-based strategy. This will be a proven strategy that gives you a set procedure of actionable tasks designed to produce a specific outcome in your life. The right strategy will clearly define a way to get the result with an easy to follow blueprint map that gets you from point A to point B, where you have a set structure and protocols with a course of actions. Life coaching, health and fitness training regimes, dietary plans are all classic examples of workable strategies that are structured with action plans, whereby you model the proven practices of an organization or person that has already mastered and produced the result that you desire. Always remember that someone somewhere in this world has already been where you've been and has discovered a winning formula to get where you want to go. What took them decades of sweat, equity and umpteen failures, as they figured out the winning formula with their tried and tested strategy, you can succeed in a fraction of the time. With a proven results-based strategy, you will avoid the costly mistakes and unnecessary setbacks and save yourself from many years of painful trial and error. Following the wisdom and advanced knowledge of an expert, you will get to your chosen destination with more elegance, efficiency, and effectiveness. How, therefore, will you know to choose the right strategy? It is simple. Investigate before you invest. Do your due diligence on the organization or the individual. Study their track record and results and get a preview or trial run of their strategy before you decide to purchase it. Once you have then made the key decision to make a breakthrough change and you have found the right strategy, you must now trust the process. So step 3 is about trusting the process. The one thing that will prevent a breakthrough change is your limited beliefs. Never underestimate the power of beliefs. You are always being guided towards what you believe in and moving away from what you don't believe in. For better or worse, the actions and directions that you take in life will always be the result of your strongest beliefs. Your beliefs will either give you the confidence to progress no matter what, or they will riddle your mind with doubt and cause you to waver or procrastinate with action. If you associate limited beliefs to a strategy such as, I'm not sure I have what it takes to make this work, or this is too hard, or it's taking too long, or I'll never be able to do this, then of course you will start to talk yourself out of continuing with the process. Limited beliefs do show up as negative inner dialogue and self-talk. They are usually in the context of, and this, I could never be that, or I can't do this because of, insert the excuse. They are then rationalized with outward blames of should've, would've, could've, if it weren't for this, that, and the other. You see, limited beliefs will kill progress. They guarantee that you will never place one step forward, or they will talk you out of doing the work at the first sign of difficulty. They will make you quit before the results, even though you've made a key decision to change and you've got the right strategy. It is your limited beliefs that will sabotage your progress. Limited beliefs are so powerful because they are part of the identity. Who you think you are and what you think you are capable of has been formed in accordance to your age, character, background, culture, physicality, knowledge, and situational factors, etc. Breaking through the limits of your self-identity is one of the hardest things to do, because the self-identity is an unconscious programming that is deeply entrenched within the mind-body as your habitual self. So, never judge your potential based upon the person you are right now, and instead base your potential on the person you could become. Identification does not define potential. The person that you identify with as being right now does not negate the fact that from this point onwards, you can change into someone different, that you can reinvent the person that you identify with. You can re-identify with the self. Therefore, do not let the self-identity of your habitual self to sabotage your progress with limiting beliefs. Have absolute faith in the process of any results-based strategy, and during the process itself, you will form new beliefs or a knowingness, a self-assurance that you are on the right pathway. But you must trust the process. Trust that the process will deliver the results. Therefore, I do ask that you trust the processes that I set forth in this program, and the results of mental and lifestyle wealth will become self-evidential. Which leads me on to step 4, which is called reinforcement and reward. That's because we can have the best intentions and the greatest strategy, and yet none of what we think, say, idealize matters without taking consistent action towards the breakthrough change that we desire. The results that we desire will only manifest when we show up every day so that we can grow up every day. We need to practice the teachings of a strategy on a daily basis to embed and reinforce the knowledge, skills, and values of that strategy. Reinforcement is done via repetition. We keep repeating an action until it's imprinted within the psychoneurological fabric of the mind-body. But as we've discussed previously, nowadays most people want the prize but not the process. Most people today are impatient, too complacent, lazy, or unwilling to do the work that is required to accomplish the end result. Most people are looking for the shortcut, the quick fix, to have the end result without needing to do too much. It is possible to get tangible results quickly. However, the results of a personal transformation, i.e. to become someone different, happens in the becoming phase and not the having phase. This means that we can only embody new knowledge, skills, and self-worth during the process of doing the work. Doing the work to get the results is no easy task when the habitual self is working against us. The habitual self will always try to delay or defer the change that it feels uncomfortable with, and feed your mind with limiting beliefs that zap your willingness to progress. Not only do we have the protesting habitual self to contend with, also repetitive actions can be mundane, killjoy, boring, and restrictive. The best practice, therefore, is to keep your eyes on the prize and your focus on the process. But what does that actually mean? Well, keep your eyes on the prize means to reinforce the enthusiasm to keep making progress by visualizing the end result of what you desire. By visualizing yourself achieving and enjoying the end result, you internalize the emotional charge of that vision and it pulls you through the process. Therefore, keep your eyes on the prize is needed to reinforce your desire to stay on track and continue with the efforts. Focus on the process means to keep your attention on the information and activities of the strategy. Otherwise, by default, your habitual self will divert your attention towards those usual distractions that take you further away from the end result that you desire. A great way to stay focused on the process and prize is to get into a daily habit of questioning your actions by asking, does this take me further away or closer towards the person that I want to be and the dream that I want to live? The answer to that question will let you know if your focus is in the right place. And remember, where your focus goes, your energy will flow. Human psychology is designed to be more efficient and effective when laser focused towards one specific purpose. Whereas spreading your attention across various tasks will lead to overwhelm, confusion, and procrastination. Besides, you simply can't eat a whole elephant in just one sitting. So, eat the elephant in just one chunk at a time, which means break down the strategy into manageable tasks and just focus on doing one task at a time without thinking about what's coming next, counting each task as a small win, because it is those small wins that collate into the larger win. You can also reinforce the process of a strategy by setting up future rewards for each task that is accomplished. The anticipation of receiving a future reward, value, or pleasure in exchange for the work completed will elicit the motivation to do the work to achieve it. The anticipation of a reward is why monkeys go bananas for bananas, dogs wag their tails for a bone, and dolphins jump for a fish. Humans also have a biopsychological wiring that is primed to seek out and enjoy pleasurable rewards. Just remember that efforts rewarded are repeated. Whatever efforts that you apply in advance to achieve an end result, compensate them with frequent rewards, and this will reinforce the progress. Set up daily, weekly, and milestone rewards. It could be that you treat yourself to some luscious food in a nice restaurant, or you buy luxury items or clothing. It could even be as simple as appreciating the progress that you have made with a simple praise. Now that you have completed the Breaking Through Bad tutorial, you have a foundational knowledge on how the mind actually works. You know that the greatest battle is with your habitual self, and that to make breakthrough changes in your life, you must interrupt those habits with seismic shifts that reprograms and reconditions your unconscious aspect with proven strategies that will get you better results. In the next tutorial, you will delve even deeper into the psychology of your mind to explore the underlying causations of why you cultivate self-abusive and self-sabotaging behaviors. You will learn about the devious dozen, these 12 archetypal traits that are the cause and effect of your deepest drives and desires.